Here's the reason why you might want to get the Switch 2 Pro controller instead of using this one. Also, it's feeling like 1991 all over again. By the way, I put my N64 down here, so yeah, it's all going through the back, and it's connected. Baywatch is on right now. It's connected to the TV, but it feels like 1991. There is some huge Batman news today, and it looks like the Shaq-a-Roni is back for $12.99. Look at Shaq with that Pepsi. He's been with Pepsi since his days with Orlando. It just works out that Val just rides better down there. Instead of having him sitting right here on the dash, he's been sliding all over the place. Seems to be standing pretty good. So yeah, it's gonna be the spot for Val. Pre-order is in 2 days from now. So when this video is uploaded, it'll be just over, call it 24 hours, maybe give or take a few hours until it will be officially available to pre-order in the US. A couple of things to consider. We'll go over that, and big news on Batman. I honestly thought about trying the new camera out today. I was gonna unbox. It might be tomorrow. I don't like to give like too much away. Like, you know, today is gonna be this. Tomorrow's gonna be, you know, we're gonna do. Who knows? It could be the sunglasses. I haven't decided. What's stopping me is I want to talk Nintendo a full day, a full 24 hours before pre-order, just to kind of set things in, because I don't think they're gonna be sticking around if you miss out on the pre-order. I think with GameStop having 100 or less consoles, units, whether they're bundles or not, some ducks over there, is very telling. I don't know if that's considered what's in the pre-order. Like if I went to my regular GameStop and I pre-ordered that day, does that count as the 100? I'm not sure. Or is that what they're saying will be June 5th? And I just kind of said, you know, the best case scenario is if you want the Switch 2 right away, I would pre-order. If not, I mean, it would probably be July, August, dare I say September, when they'll be up again. I mean, there's really no rush to get it unless you want to save a few dollars. Saw a bunch of landscaping crews on my way here. I just did some work at home on Easter Sunday. You can see another pile right over there. So this is the time of year in the Midwest to, if you're gonna plant grass, do it now. I kind of thought the same thing. Usually I wait a little too long into the summer, closer to fall, and it just doesn't stick around. So just kind of change the subjects. I'm gonna stop at a couple of places. I think there's a sale that is back. Kind of stumbled across something today and get into, of course, the whole 1991 feel and a little bit of Batman talk. Across the bridge. Pretty nice day. Yeah, current temperature 64 degrees. Mostly sunny. Did rain a little bit. Does help. I was gonna I don't have the hose hooked up yet. High at 64 is the high right now. Low of 35, and then kind of a look at the rest of the week. Not really sure what we're gonna do tomorrow, but we're out today. I don't know what I just did here. Click on this again. We're back. We're in Waukesha. I also have this lawn shelf behind me. I messed up on my project yesterday, so I have a bunch of, when I redid the basement, when I turned it into Lucky's gym, I know, very weird what I'm doing with the camera here. I saved all the shelves, so the whole basement was like a rec room, and it had all these shelves, and I hung on to them. I'm going to use one because I completely screwed up on the shelf that was in the closet. So the project continues, a simple task. What I did, I completely screwed it up last night. Oh, and it's in the car because it's just easier for me to, I need to cut it a little bit, both the long way. It's about 72 inches long. I need to cut it down just a little bit, and I'm going to make it a little bit skinnier. It's easier to just do that at work. I think Hobby Lobby's doing the 50% off again. It just seemed like this was like a week ago. We were just here talking about it, and I went online, and it looked like the home decor was back at 50%. And my prediction on the spring shop, I can't get any closer, the doors will open. This will drop in just a matter of, I mean, gosh, we get into May, a little bit closer, hasn't opened yet. It's gonna be 50 to 66%, one more step. Oh, and the lads are all set for, it might be Memorial Day. You know, I was thinking the 4th of July, but Memorial Day's before the 4th. I guess you could say it could be one or the other. Also some summer look over here. Here's Snoopy and Woodstock. Land of the Free. $16.99. Also have to find the Galaga sign. So I wasn't sure if it was this location or the other one when we were here last time. I don't think it was this one. I think we were by the Home Best Buy. It is 50% off, but I do have to find. There's gonna be some more Hobby Lobbies we're gonna hit up. I just kind of keep it around this area because I want to go to GameStop next and just ask a question about the pre-order. Kind of get a little bit of clarification. Maybe they'll know a little bit more, being 2 days out. But 50% off through the week, ends the 26th, along with Double Pro Week ends the 26th too. So there's 2 sales to kind of remember there. Oh, I did come across an article. Renting a PlayStation 5, look at this, has become a popular option as prices soar. Back in September 2024, Japan was among the first markets to be slapped with a price hike for the PlayStation 5. Sony console went from $66,980 to $79,980, roughly $470 to $561. Still looking to jump in and check out some of the latest titles. Many fans are now temporarily adding a PS5 to their setup rather than splurging on the full price. Splurging, kind of like what 99% of us are going to do on the 24th. I'm imagining. I don't know. This gaming is just getting out of control, isn't it? Players are able to borrow a PlayStation 5 for 8 days for the price of $980, roughly $7 USD. Of course, there are bigger rental plans as well. So that's very interesting. I never rented. Gosh, I might have rented something once like that, like a console. But jumping up to about $12.50. So really, could this really be coming back? Are like rentals happening again? Think about that. And where would it be? Where would you be able to rent a PlayStation 5? Could you imagine? What if you broke it? What if something happened? I mean, then you're liable. You're liable for a PlayStation 5, like $561. It's like it's just happening in Japan right now, but it's just, there's a chance. What if that happens here? What if stuff just gets so out of control, and then rental places come back? Like, that's the first thing I thought of. Could we be, everything comes back. Could we be in that day and age again? You'd rent something for the weekend, like you would rent a VCR, you would rent, a Nintendo, and then you'd return it. You'd have that late fee. If you Be Kind Rewind. Could we be back in those days? Will we see? You never know. I mean, if things get completely out of control, there could be rental places. Blockbuster could come back. Could you imagine? I'll talk a little Nintendo at GameStop. A couple of things that we kind of threw out there before the intro. But yeah, I just wanted to stop here. And so the wall decor is 50% off. The Batman dice are $4.99. It's reduced. Other than the 50% off, the reduced prices. Like if you can find something at a reduced price, like the Spider-Man light, huge deals. Now a lot of this is going to be picked over, obviously, but we kind of saw this a week ago. If you can come across stuff, if it's not the spring shop, if it's not the wall decor, it's the reduced. And if there's anything on the spring shop that you're interested in, the 40% right now, this has been going on for probably 2-3 months now, it's going to drop. I mean, because you can't really call it spring when it's going to be summer very soon. So if there's anything in this area that you've been kind of like, oh my gosh, I really want to get that, this will come down. We'll have some most great sales closer to probably Memorial Day. I'm guessing that's when everything will kind of shift. I don't know if this was the Hobby Lobby we were at a week ago. I can't remember, but we're going to venture out. We're going to hit a couple different spots in the next couple of days. I haven't really nailed down what I'm going to do. Everything's always up in the air. I can say, hey, tomorrow I'm going to do a review on an N64, but it could change. But the next Hobby Lobby, because I want to find that Galaga sign. I know that there's 2 locations closer to me now that don't have it, so I'm gonna kind of venture out. Okay, now other than trading in your Switch to get the price break, to get 175, 125, or 100 off of the Switch 2, is there any other perks in actually going to GameStop on the 24th and pre-ordering? That's what I'm gonna find out. I wanna ask the question, how does that work? How will, if I pre-order, will I pick it up at this location? So I'm gonna ask a couple of things, get some fun facts, and just, you know, but this is the real reason why, if you're gonna trade in, this is the day to do it. Okay, I just got a scoop that I was completely unaware of when it comes to pre-ordering the Switch 2. You gotta be in store. Even though I'm not trading anything in, I would have to come here. I don't know if I can do it online. It might be something like they're shipping it to my home. I would rather pick it up here. So the best case scenario is having to get to a store when they open. Now, if you miss out on that, then you'll have to come at launch, June 5th, let's just say 12:01 when they open. But as far as for me personally, if I'm gonna pre-order on the 24th, I have to be in store. I have to do it in person, and I can't do it on the phone. And I'm being told that you only have to put $50 down. So if you pre-order and you want to trade in your, you only have to put a deposit down. You don't have to pay everything until when you physically pick it up. So that's good to know. See, I didn't know any of this stuff. But as far as if I want to pre-order this on Thursday, I have to come to a GameStop. That's how, you know, if I wanted to pick it up here, if I wanted to pick it up at the Mr. Fox, the Disco Fox GameStop, I have to come here, pre-order. If I want to pay the full price, if I want to do the deposit, if I want to trade something in, nonetheless, I have to be here. It is stuff that I didn't know. You know, there's all these questions that I've had. I'm glad that there's going to be more to know tomorrow. I have to make another trip to GameStop. I don't know if I can take a half day. I don't know if I can get out of work early. There's a lot happening for me on Thursday. I said, what's the chances of, if I wait till after work, if I came here, you know, 4 or 5 o'clock at night, I may not be here. I have no idea how that's gonna work. I saw something new here. Look, oh, they got Optimus Prime. It's doing a very good balancing act here. I moved it a little bit and they all wanted to fall. But yeah, that's a new Optimus. They have some new Marvel, so they have Fabian Cortez. No idea who this is. I thought he was Adam Warlock. They have Adam Warlock, the Infinity Gauntlet. So this was something that I saw online. Here is Banshee. They have Secret War. So a lot of new Marvel figures showing up. This is the same store where I saw Professor X, Charles Xavier. Yeah, a couple different Adam Warlock. That is awesome. Oh, look at that Wolverine. There's a reason why you might want to consider getting the Switch 2 Pro controller versus the Switch Pro controller, even though it will work with the Switch 2. And that was my plan. I was just going to use mine, eventually get a new controller, but there's a reason why you might want to go ahead and get it right away. Donkey Kong. Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller fixes one of the worst parts of the original. Well, I mean, what's so bad about the original? The Switch 2 Pro controller, including a major improvement for charging the controller, is very similar to the original version, but a key upgrade means you can charge it in almost half the time. Not only that, look at 3.5 hours. It's almost twice as fast as the original controller. So I never play my wireless. I always have it plugged in for live streams. I'm always worried about, you know, it dying during the stream. A lot of confidence here that if I went ahead and just paid for it, $79.99 to $84.99, this is all going to be a steep price. Might just go ahead and just pick it up because I know things are going to be limited once launch hits. It's going to be a costly pre-order, but I might just jump on it. There's always Best Buy. Okay, let's say I miss out. I don't know if I can get out of work. My fear is, if I didn't pre-order on Thursday, will the bundle still be there? Now, the price, I'm being told that the price will not change. from what they can tell me, the price will stay the same now, the 24th, the 5th. But will the bundle still be there? Worst case scenario, you pay, you know, a couple extra dollars for Mario Kart. I mean, the reason I'm getting the bundle, or I want to get the bundle, is to get Mario Kart for 50 versus 80. As far as just being able to get the system, I guess I should just be okay with that. They're honking. But you know what? Best Buy. Maybe I could do that online. Maybe we could just go to Best Buy. It's going to be tough for me to come here Thursday. So, best case scenario, if you want the Switch from GameStop, if you want to pre-order, you got to do it in store. Was told that a ton of calls have been made at this very location. This is going to be a hot place for the pre-orders. Now, the gentleman that I was talking to is going to sit on his Switch. He's going to wait. So here's the thing. So every pre-order they make here, Nintendo's going to give that store one extra Switch 2 to be available on the 5th. So the more pre-orders, the better. Doesn't make much sense, but if you miss out, there's a chance that you'll have an even greater chance to pick it up on launch. You just got to sit there. You got to get there early. It's an experience. I suppose we could pre-order from Target and just do like a store pickup. Maybe we'd just like register that way. Putting all my like eggs in a basket for GameStop, maybe it just doesn't work out. Maybe, and I'm gonna accept the fact that if I don't get a pre-order, if I decide that I'm gonna try to pre-order and I don't get it, life goes on. I will survive. There's always the 5th. There's always other places. So I just kind of decided that, you know, I was just gonna go the GameStop route, but maybe that's not in my cards because of the fact of having to be there. It's good we're kind of knocking this out because I honestly had no idea. I was just gonna go the online route, but it's not gonna work. Waiting for the train to go by. The big news on Batman, because I don't want to forget, because I didn't realize this whole Switch 2 thing would be, I mean, it's in demand here. I mean, this might be the biggest gaming console in years. So just kind of throwing that out there. We are getting Bruce Wayne Batman animated series figure from McFarlane. This is something that I will be watching for, along with, they have started season 2 of the Cape Crusader. It is officially in production. I watched season 1 on Amazon. So if you were a fan, if you liked it, if you didn't like it, they're making a season 2. I will be eager to check that one out, and for another hunt to find Bruce Wayne. That is awesome. You know, I'd say for the most part I'm loyal to GameStop, Best Buy, and I shop at Target a lot. But I kind of wanted to support them. You know, I wanted to support GameStop. And I know the gentleman that I was talking with, Chris, told me that, you know, I hope you pre-order here. He said that a few weeks ago, but it doesn't sound like GameStop is going to be hurting. Like if I decide to buy the Switch 2 from somewhere else, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I wanted to stop at Target, talk a little bit about why it has that 1991 feel, and to see if they have any of the Super Friends here. This is a different Target, looking for Green Lantern. Even though I said I wasn't going to get all the Super Friends, now that I just need one more, I kind of wanted to get them. But I left my wallet in the car, so hopefully, if they do have them, I couldn't just walk back. They'll take Apple Pay, so we'll see. But I hate that. I hate leaving I said that to myself, and I went into Hobby Lobby. I go, I left my wallet in the car. Didn't even think about getting anything, but I came here. If I see something, I might be in trouble. Okay, this is kind of like a running joke. The monster's still up here. Is it empty? It is empty. So if it does tip over, Mario, I think the staff is just, I mean, this has been going on for like at least a week now. Will I be pre-ordering the Switch 2? Will it be at GameStop? Will it be at Target? Best Buy? Find out. This is going to be crazy. I from everything that I consumed of, kind of absorbed at GameStop, this is sounding like it might not happen. This is going to be very in demand. See if those Super Friends are here. A different target would be somewhere in this area. Of course, that the target I was at might have gotten before, or they could have already been picked up over here. But I'm not seeing them at this store. But I wanted to stop just to see if we can find the Green Lantern, but it doesn't look to be here. I saw a funny video today, and they were playing Mario Kart, and it went back to the OG commercial, the 1991, and they revisited it. Who could forget those Paul Rudd Nintendo, Super Nintendo commercials? 1991, you know, years ago. I go, was that Paul Rudd? It sure was. And he revisited it. It's kind of a little spoof. Very cool. 1991, I had the NES. Super Nintendo comes out, and it's just kind of like the same feel. If you have the Switch, do you get the Switch too? If I had the Nintendo, do I get the Super Nintendo? And this is like 34 years later. We're in the same boat. Do you do it? Do you get the Switch too? Or do you love the one you're with? Do you keep the Switch one and just ride it out? Then in 91, I was okay with just keeping the NES. I was starting to get into more sports, more collecting like sports cards, baseball, football, basketball, and I didn't have the Super Nintendo right away. I was still kind of just enjoying it. I think I got Double Dragon 3, and I was playing games like The Punisher, The Simpsons. There was a Bart Simpson game where he was fighting the aliens, so there was like all that going on, and then I decided to sell my NES, and I can't remember if I got a Sega or a Super Nintendo, but I did have both. But I played a lot of the Sega Genesis. Here's the Pro controller. So the thing is it's $70 for the Pro, and we're talking add another 10 or 15 for the Pro controller for the Switch 2. It's not that bad. I guess I didn't realize I was already this high. So like, you know, the 84, the 79, 99, fine. I get it. But I don't know if I want to spend all that. You know, you're already dropping $449, $499. You know, you're gonna add this? Now, GameStop was telling me that if you did trade in your system, they will take everything that you have and move it over to the Switch 2. So you're not gonna lose your stuff. From what I'm understanding, you can roll that over, but the controller looks the same. It's just that, you know, you're gonna get something that's gonna last longer and it's gonna charge faster. So that's kind of what I got out of that article. Might visit Best Buy tomorrow. Kind of pick their brains as far as the pre-order. Maybe I go that route. Maybe I'm just gonna accept the fact that it might not work out at GameStop. I want to thank everybody for watching. Maybe he drank that. We'll see you guys next time. Could you imagine renting PlayStation games? I know that was Japan, but I'm just saying, there's a chance. What if these rental places just pop up again? We got to get to these. There's so much stuff to get to, but I really want to just kind of absorb as much information about the Switch 2 as I possibly can. But it just feels like that same energy in 1991 when Super Nintendo came out. The fact that Paul Rudd, you know, did that commercial again. That is so cool. That is fun stuff. Take an iconic Hollywood actor, you know, a celebrity, doing something like that, doing something fun, nostalgic, retro. That's what it's all about. You know, kudos to Paul Rudd. I just want to say that that's fun stuff. There's no negativity. That's what it's all about. He's out there to have fun, kind of do a spoof on himself from 34 years ago. Look up the video. You're gonna love it. The commercial. I'll have a link in the description. That's fun stuff. Gosh, Paul Rudd, Clueless, Ant-Man. This is 40. I mean, we could just name. He was the Super Nintendo kid. Now he's the Switch 2 kid, or the Switch 2 adult. Yeah, but why couldn't I just go on my Circle app and just pre-order the Switch 2 here? Because when you order on on your Circle app, it knows. Like, you pick the store, you pick what Target. So there's that option too. Maybe it just doesn't work out. I think if you want to get it, I think it's going to be possible. You just gotta decide. If I want to do it online, we know Target's gonna do that. Otherwise, maybe we'll go to Best Buy tomorrow. We'll get some facts. If that works as a store pickup or if it ships to your house. But yeah, find out a little bit more. As of recording of this, under 2 days. Also, $50 deposit. Like, you don't have to pay the whole thing. So just throwing that out there. I was just thinking about that. That's one advantage of pre-ordering, is just you don't have to spend the full amount. So that is Gesundheit. That's a perk. I don't know if I'd pay the whole amount. Maybe I would just put $50 down if I was able to pre-order. Get my shadow. Holding the zoom. So when I'm doing this, I'm holding it down with this hand. Yeah, but look at my legs. You ever see Raising Arizona? Maybe it's Utah. Maybe it's Target.